Hello and welcome to the City Skylines series, The Dream City, in which I'm trying to build my perfect city from scratch. Join me on the way from this to this. Don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe and leave a comment. So this was the very first tile where I started. When I started, I didn't have any idea of what I was going to build. I didn't have any idea how I was going to build it either. And I just wanted to grow it as quickly as possible, so I used a lot of mods. I used unlimited money, and it also unlocks all of the achievements and all of the industries and other things. I wanted to grow the city real fast, so I built an airport. I expected it to bring more people into the city, and as you can see, the roads are built just out of the blue. There is zero city planning, literally. It looks like a town that is it's terribly planned even for a town, let's be honest. So that thing, I didn't know where to put these statues. I didn't know. I knew that I would need a university, so I've built one college. It's called college here, and industries. I didn't have any idea how the industries work either, so I've built the first wood production. And here's the highway that connects to the city. So I started in this one tile, and I wanted to put all the industries, all the dirty things off to one side. It looks hideous, it looks absolutely terrible, but the map is not that bad. It has most of the things you would need for a city. It has a good road connection, it has a river going through the city. So now let's take a look at what happened next. Alright, now let's take a look at what the city has grown to look like. So I wanted to change the name for the city I wanted to call it Richmond, because, well, you know, I wanted the city to be rich, but I didn't actually change it down here. So anyway, this is the second version. It didn't take too much time, and I definitely didn't take enough time to think about what it has to look like. So here's kind of the old district, and I thought that building high density would be the answer to all of the problems and all the questions. So the population is at 112,000, and there are quite a few things that have changed. The industry is still off to one side. I removed this highway connection, it moved all the way down here. There is not enough electricity, there is not enough water, there is not enough service, there is not enough of a lot of things. So here we have a farm that doesn't really function too well, it's still losing money. And let's take a look at this side of the city. So the university is still down here in this old district. We've got one more industry here, and yeah. And a lot of traffic. Traffic is absolutely terrible. It's at 54%, as you can see. There's that elevated road that connects to nothing for some reason. I forgot what I did here. Anyway, let's take a look at the city. Actually, I wanted this part to be more of a low density, like old district. So I had to change it later on, but for now it just looks like this. It's a terrible, terrible city plan, and there are all those roads that are going somewhere. I have no idea why did I put them there. And you can see these hideous looking little residential buildings off to one side on the side of the cliff. The city management was absolutely terrible. You can see the budget, even though we're playing with unlimited money. The city's losing 850,000, whatever the currency is called. I suppose it's each week. Let's take a look at the transport. So the metro system is absolutely hideous. I don't know what was I thinking. I didn't put too much thought into it. I just wanted to have some metro lines. And it looks absolutely terrible, and it doesn't really work, does it? So there are quite a few passengers on the bus lines. There's one tram line and a lot of metro lines. It has a lot of passengers, to be honest. Not too bad. Metro Line 5 is doing good. I didn't give the names to the metro lines and didn't do the color. It's all completely unorganized. It's a complete mess. And the train lines. We have two train lines that are going from... Let's see, where do they go, actually? So there is one passes through. Is that a cargo or is that a normal train station? Okay, so it goes from Hamilton District. Hamilton District is gonna be, it's gonna look a little bit different soon. Okay, and here we have our Sheffield Hills. So I started doing a little bit of planning, a little bit of districts. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, quite a few of them actually. I'm not gonna count all of them. There was this one hideous looking district off to one side. It was meant to be, it was meant to look like a Chinese word that means happiness. And then I figured that, yeah, no one would live in that district if that happened to be built that way. No one would actually like that. I thought that would be a cool thing to do, and no, that didn't really work out too well. A lot of fires. We don't even have enough services. I don't know what's happening here. Healthcare is doing pretty good. Fire safety, not perfect, but not too bad either. And crime rates are low. That is a good thing. Education, zero. Zero people are eligible for elementary school. High school, we have enough capacity and 0 students. University, enough capacity and still 0. Public libraries, okay, still not too bad. So what happened here? Here was a brand new city built on the side of the old one, and this was meant to be the ring road around the city. Yeah, it's also a mess, a lot of traffic, the tram going through, and this road was meant to separate the city center and the districts that are connected to the city center from kind of suburbs and the old city and the rest of it. And that didn't work out too well either. I changed the plan later on, if you can call it a plan. It's an absolute mess. So the university is in the city center. There's one more new university, University of Lakewood. So the city is still called Lakewood, even though I wanted to rename it. So I renamed the save, but I didn't rename the city. And there was the idea to put a central park. So I've just got that Park Live DLC, and I was eager to give it a try, and that didn't come out too well. Anyway, it looks like a complete mess. A lot of fires, road connections, traffic. There's that cliff for some reason. Looks absolutely hideous. And there was this new little district that was at the time called, that didn't even have a name yet. So I've put a harbor here, and I've put all kind of recreational and leisure stuff off to this side near the harbor. That seemed like a good idea, but that was realized really badly. And we moved the airport, we moved it to this side. There was a cargo one, and there was a Hamilton District Airport. International airport from the game, the basic one. And what do we have here? We have a little bit of a commercial next to it for whatever reason. We have a bus station that doesn't really operate well, and we have that monorail that goes through this entire district. Yeah, the path doesn't even look that good. Looks absolutely hideous. I'm sorry that you have to see all this, but that's how it started. Anyway, what do we have here? Here we have a little bit of residential, because no, that's commercial and residential. We didn't really have much residential on this side. So this side was actually, I was planning to make it into a kind of a touristy district with all the bars and clubs and parks and zoos, so that the tourists would keep on one side of the city and the residents would live somewhere here. Oh, there's another central park for some reason. There are 2 central parks. Okay. The other one's called Ivy Meadows. Okay, that is an absolute mess. And the road connections, yeah, that highway looks absolutely... That is not a highway, there's a bridge that looks absolutely hideous too, and somehow it goes from that side to that side. Okay. And we disconnected... Oh, I guess this one was disconnected because of the traffic that was bringing, so probably there were way too many traffic jams, so the solution was to just cut it off instead of trying to figure out how the traffic works. There is a lot of buildings that are disconnected, there is no road access, so the roads were probably removed one day when, I don't know what happened. There was a massive fire in the city center. And what is happening on this side? Myrtle District. Myrtle District, that's one of the very few that stayed around for a long time. There is some kind of like IT and high-tech kind of hub in one place. There's this industry completely messed up. A lot of businesses are bankrupt. Yeah, that one's abandoned. A lot of abandoned buildings. The roads, they're not suited for the industry. And yeah, that is pretty much it. There's another industry district here. Also a complete mess. Highway connection is not too bad. We upgraded to, I think we already upgraded to 25 tiles. Yeah, this is a massive map. 25 tiles seems to be reasonably big enough. What is happening here? There's another kind of a completely messed up roundabout. Okay. Alright, I'm only willing to show that much. There's not much to see. Absolutely hideous. Don't forget to destroy that like button, subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.